few videos back now, I got invited by Swatch to go and ride bikes with Sam Pilgrim.
I'm just going to put my dropper post down again.
What, you've not got an electric one?
Oh yeah, it's run out of batteries.
Which, at the time, I couldn't believe it was happening. It was very, very cool, and he's a very nice guy. But I rode to the event on one of my retro bikes, and I made a joke about using it during our little mountain biking session we were going to do. And Sam Pilgrim said, yeah, do it. So I did. At the time, the bike itself had DTH tyres on it, which are some of my favourite tyres, but on the loose, gravelly kind of tracks that are around Stratford, it wasn't nice. It was several times I felt like I was going to hit my face on the ground, and I just didn't feel good at all. Saying all this, Sam also had a go on the bike.
Oh, I've made your seat go down. Yeah, this is made for wheelies, this. And you can like grab your drink while you do. How do you get them off? Just pop them off. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh no. Here we go, I don't want to break it.
Oh no, it's fine, it's fine. Thanks mate.
It's quite nice.
Moving forward a few weeks, I decided I should change the tyres back to something a little more mountain biking with a bit more knobblies on them, and take it back for a bit of a redemption ride and kind of get some serious mountain biking out of it again, because as a whole it felt great, but the tyres, that was the only thing that was really letting it down. While swapping the tyre, I did notice something that a couple of people have noticed on Instagram, I believe, or maybe it was on YouTube videos, have commented the fact that the back end looks a little bit out of shape, and it might have something to do with this.
Camberwell Vice.
Yeah?
I mean, you gotta get the satisfaction. Sorry.
Yeah, it's got that. Which one? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. -3. Hey!
And it definitely is, or at least it seems that it is slightly wonky. So I've decided to strip the bike down and go and have a little bit of a... Basically I'm going to take it down to Stair Cycles and get them to put it in a jig and see if it is out of whack, and hopefully bend it back into shape. He doesn't know that yet, but I'm going to bring it down to him. But while I was looking at this pile of parts, I remembered that I actually had another bike that needs to be built. Sam actually recently did a disc brake conversion on my Scott Impulse, and it's just been sat waiting to be built. I kind of did the conversion just because I wanted it on that frame, and then just never planned anything with it, so it's been sat in the shed for a little while. I even left it in rain at one point just to kind of get a little bit of that corrosion on the bare metal, and it looks pretty tasty now. But it needs to be built, so we're going to basically turn it into a little trail ripper, is kind of what we're going to call it. It's purely just going to be good for hitting trails, a bit of mountain biking and stuff. So let's do it. Right then, so this is the Scott Impulse. This is the frame in question. The first thing I wanted to try was actually putting these big old Maxxis Ardents, I think they're called, the 2.4s on it. I actually put on Instagram on the day I was building this to kind of get your guys' flavour, taste, and what suggestions you think I should have put on tyre wise. There's a few different ones I gave you options for, and you all pretty much went for the Maxxis. I actually filmed this section right this second before the Instagram thing. As you can see, these tyres don't fit and I wasn't happy about it, so I do change them out for something else later in the video, but if you follow me on Instagram you already know what that is. The next thing I needed to sort out part wise was the chainring and crank. The non-drive side crank currently has a pedal stuck to it for this I was going to put this on there, but it doesn't fit. So I'm going to change the purple chainring onto this. But then I do change my mind again and I do this. So I'm going to take this 38 off and change it for the 36 in black. The pink bolts are also too much, so they'll need to go too. But now we've got all the parts sorted out, the fiddly ones at least, we can start building this thing. So the fork itself is from Medium Atelier. The headset is unbranded, and the stem is Cannondale, and those spacers are 3 different flavors because that's what I had. Now, I'm not being funny, but this is possibly my new favourite crank combination. These are ratty specialised cranks that I totaled. Look quite nice with a black chainring. I'm going to put it on everything from now on. Back to tyres, as I couldn't fit that big 2.4 on here, we've settled for a 2.2 Icon. I think it's 2.2. We'll find out in a second, I imagine. And it fits very nicely. It's a little bit faster rolling than the big chunky tyres, so it should be a nice little mix with that mega grip on the front. I'm sorry, but big old chunky tyres on a nice thin or narrow steel frame, it does look good. For the handlebars, I'm using the Ritchie Coyotes. These are possibly my favourite bar in existence. The geometry of them is just none other, and they're just super comfortable. They've got the nice big sweep back on them as well, and where the stem is, there's like a nice big area for like putting stuff and luggage and things. So for bike packing, it's exactly what they're designed for. But they do have a new pair that are a little bit taller. I forget what they're called off the top of my head, but I do need to try those out for sure. For the seat, I'm just doing a charged spoon. What else would I try? On that note, I did have a gusset saddle that is basically identical to the charged spoon on my Hooker Booger build I did a couple of videos back. I'm really enjoying that saddle, and I'm probably going to buy some more of them. But I had this camouflaged saddle. It was actually already on the seat post, so I kind of just went for it. I like it. Did someone say drivetrain? Advent X is pretty much what I'm doing on all my builds at the moment, just because I have a couple of sets of this now, and I just really like it. It's got loads of range and it's good. Now, I'm not against AliExpress, and a few people have suggested me to try these brakes out, or at least asked if I had tried them out, so I thought I'd give them a go. They come with all the bits you need in them, as you can see, and so far I am very impressed with them. You'll probably notice this as I'm building it up. They've come in the non-English way as far as which way the levers are round. I ordered them to be the correct way, or the way that I use them, but they arrived the other way around, so I'm probably gonna have to swap the levers around at some point, but yeah, they're okay. This is usually the part of the video where I kind of sneak in here and be like, oh, here's my stickers that I sell on my website, saveoldbikes.com. But I'm about to go on holiday for a week, and I'm currently up quite late trying to get all the sticker orders finished so that I don't have any leftovers when I leave tomorrow. But there is a couple of things I do want to tell you about. The first one is about the disc tabs. A lot of you know about this already, but if you don't know, there is a service now on my website where you can book a slot essentially to be able to send your frame to Sam at Stayer Cycles. He'll pop on some tabs, and then I'll scoot over, pop your frame back in a box, get everything all nice and taped up, and I'll send it back to you. It's as straightforward as that. All you have to do is put a note inside the box saying exactly how you want it. So if there's any kind of like specific positioning for like cable runs and stuff like that, you can add that in there. And then if you want to need the brake post lobbed off, stuff like that. But all the information's on the website. I've gone into detail now of all the bits you need to know about it if you want to get involved, and you can book it through there. The other thing to mention is the fact that I have a group ride bike event coming up very soon. I keep talking about working with Stayer Cycles about a bike that I'm helping them with. We are launching that bike on the 15th of September. That's a Sunday, and we will be doing a launch party from their workshop. I want the poster on the screen right now so you can check it out. On my Instagram it's also tagged so you can have a look at it in the future. But essentially what we're going to be doing is running a bike jumble, so you can come down, bring some bike parts, a blanket, a table, whatever you might want to do, pop all your stuff out, and then you can sell your wares. We will also be doing the launch of the actual bike itself, so you'll be able to see the bike that I've built and the bike that Sam will build of these builds for the first time. That's the first time you'll be able to see it. I'm not going to be posting anything on the internet until after that day, so if you do want to see it before it's all revealed, that's your opportunity to see it. Sam will also be doing some kind of taster sessions with silver soldering as well at the workshop, so you can have a little look into bikes being made and how that all works. We're even going to go for a little group ride. There's going to be food and drinks on the actual day itself, and I'm toying with the idea, and I need you to comment below and let me know if this is something you'd want to see. But I'm toying with the idea of actually doing a live build on the day as well. So bringing down one of my retro frames and then building it up, filming it all for YouTube, all that sort of stuff, so you get to see it as well. But if you are there, you get to kind of see me build a bike in real life. I don't know if that's a thing people want to see. Me and Sam were talking about it, and he was jokingly said about we should get a whole stage and a microphone set up. I'm not doing that, that's ridiculous, but I might whack a frame and a stand and put it together. So here's the poster on this display again now. If you are in the area, this is going to be in London, do come down. It's going to be awesome. It's from like 10 till 4, and we'll go for a little bit of a spin on our bikes round Wanstead Flats afterwards, and then go to the pub, I imagine. I think there's 3 things on a bike that like pretty much stay the same on all your builds, if you are building them to ride yourself, that is, not just for the sake of the internet, which I do sometimes. And one of the things for that is the pedals. The pedals for me are DMR V8s. The way they feel, I know where they're gonna be when I move my foot. Like they just feel really good, and they're solid. The other one is the charged spoon, and then the third one is the grips, which are also DMR products, which is the Def grips. Those things are sick. The last thing I needed to do really was all this cabling, get everything kind of in the right place. The hoses for the hydraulic brakes, I am going to leave them at the length they are at the moment, just because I need to flip the handles, the main reason is the fact that from the factory they were perfect, and I really wanted to ride this bike. The other thing was the fact that I'm not 100% sure I like the setup, so I'd like to try it a few times before I go chopping hoses down and having to replace them, is the point I'm trying to make. I know a second ago I said about the grips being Def grips. Well, for whatever reason I found these in the shed. These are Vans Waffles lock-ons. They're a collaboration with someone I can't remember off the top of my head. They're not okay. I don't like them at all. They're way better than the usual Waffles, just because they're they're Loctite and they're not going anywhere, but they're thin and just don't give you any kind of anything. I don't like them basically, so I will be putting Def grips on here eventually. Now watch how this bike gets lower and lower as I adjust the gears, and I don't even notice until it's already at the bottom of the stand. So 2 things come in the post this day, the new camera that you're watching this on, and this lovely rack from Jack the Bike Rack. Now I've actually had my eyes on these for a while just because they look really good and they're very easy to put on and off for bikes because you don't need any tools. I've actually been sent this to test out and I'm going to do a full video going more into detail about what it's like and how to fit it, but basically you got to bung on these little adapters depending on your handlebar. A little strap goes underneath and then that's basically it. Oh, and then this strap around the back. But as you can see, considering no tools are needed and it's not being bolted to the bike permanently, it's pretty sturdy. They say if it's set up correctly, it does feel part of the bike, and I mean it does, and it looks sick. But more about this in a future video, so make sure you are subscribed. Sometimes things happen exactly when you need them to happen. For example, Sam from Stayer Cycles was desperate for some handlebars for a build he was working on, so I thought it was a great opportunity to go and test the rack out. So I loaded it up with some handlebars and headed down and gave him some handlebars.
Hey, bars. Amazing.
I'm not sure which handlebars he used in the end because I just left them all there so he could try some out, but before I'd left I did get a couple of shots of this bike just so we could have a look at it.
By the grace of God, I done came up on some dollars, done like daddy on my mama, hallelujah. I ain't tripping, slipping, falling by what these talking. Get your roll on Stephen Hawking, power to you. I tried and I can't give up, I just don't know how. You is always running, they said nothing profound. They got me isolated, meditating, letting no sound. They bickering about some politics and proper pronouns. That's why I'm distant, dipping, cooling somewhere with my shawty. I'm rolling up that she cooking, turning on that shawty. I visualized it in my...
Once I finished it over at Stayer Cycles, I did take it for a bit of a spin. I headed over to Stratford and did some of the trails there that I did with Sam Pilgrim that was talking about at the beginning of the video. And it felt so much better on these tires alone. The one thing I would say is the fact that the bike is a little bit small, really, if I'm being honest. Now I know that's kind of what happens when I build bikes, it's either too small or too big. I can never really find the right size, apart from the Saracen Andes. That one, it was just perfect. Even the Ultimate Commuter, that one was near enough perfect. But I always end up, when I want to build something for trails and stuff, want to use one of these smaller, more like kind of aggressive looking frames, and they it's the lower back. You know what I'm saying? I might try some different stems and handlebars and kind of like try a little bit, push the geometry a little bit, but I do have a couple of frames in the shed that I've been holding on to for a while that might be fun for this type of build as well. So I may swap some bits out, but that's for another day. So that's 3 weeks in a row now we've had a build video, and they are not slowing down. I have a load lined up, and I have some quite cool projects that the ones I keep teasing about and saying I can't show you, I will be showing you very soon. And we're talking like the next week or so, you'll start seeing what has been going on behind closed doors. Yeah, I hope you've been enjoying the builds. Next weekend won't be a build because I am off camping, so just bear that in mind. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. There will be a video. It's just going to be about something else. It just won't be a full build. But there'll be more. But nevertheless, and I've run out of words. Basically, this button here is going to be the subscribe button, so you can hear me ramble on more often. And that one's a previous video that I rambled on, and it's a particularly good one.